Hello and welcome to a new video of my Flat Earth debunking series. I had quite a long discussion with one YouTuber, Jo Crexnis, for whom I created pretty much all Flat Earth videos that I've done in the past. And still we had quite a few discussions via the YouTube comment section, and therefore I chose to kind of sum up how far we've gotten now. So it all started with me commenting on one of his videos where he took a picture of a wall across a lake. It was this wall and that lake below. He claimed that more of that wall should be hidden because he was filming across 11-ish kilometers, and pretty much more of that wall should be hidden. He gave a number from a pretty basic Earth curve calculator, but he never actually showed how much of the wall should be hidden. He never gave any more or less exact meters. So I did that for him. And I actually measured the horizon line, the water line here, and I researched some images of that wall, of that castle, from the interwebs, photos that were taken much closer to that object, and we see a discrepancy between that water line and that water line. So, indeed, there is a portion of the wall hidden. Although I must admit that it's not as much as would be expected when you do not factor in refraction. And this is, I also did this in one of the past videos. I used Voltibislin's Earth curve calculator, and when you factor in refraction, then you see exactly what you see in the image, which is reality. We can simulate this in the calculator. This is the 6 meter high wall, and we actually see when we factor in refraction that this portion of the wall is visible, which corresponds to what we see in Jo Crexnis' video. What I never fail to ask him is, what would we expect when we look at a wall across a flat surface on a flat earth, a flat lake that's 11 kilometers wide? What would we expect to see? He has never explained this to me as of yet. I'm still waiting. Oopsie. Because this is what we would see on a flat earth. No horizon at all. Okay, so I showed that there is a horizon and that there is refraction. He hasn't shown anything yet. Instead of doing so, he goes on the first tangent in our discussion, and that's the close horizon. What is the close horizon? It took me a while to understand this, to grasp the concept or the sheer magnitude of stupidity that's at play here. But I think I kind of got it. So what he's claiming is that and I'm translating the top portion that's written in German here, we should not see the larger portion of the lake at all, the blue line here. That portion we shouldn't see because his observer height is lower than the object's height. Therefore, the horizon is closer to him, and more of the lake should be hidden. Duh. We see this, and he writes, or we know this. We can calculate this. We also see this. It should appear as if it was cut off. Holy fucking shit. We see this in his video that he made. Several videos, actually. A cut off thing that's there and looks like water. Because it is water. And it's not disappearing into the distance and getting smaller and smaller. There's waves there. They're at the edge. You can see with your freaking P900 with 2000 millimeter focal length. You can see the waves there. That's your freaking horizon. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting aggravated here. Anywho, the other thing that he gets confused about is mirages. This is an inferior mirage. I actually researched this. I looked it up and I tried to understand it, and it took me a little while, but now I finally got it. This is a mirage. This is an image of an object that's swimming across the lake. The light is bent in such a way that this boat appears to us the way it does. And it also appears to the camera the way it does. It's even mirrored here. That's why we know it's a mirage. This is the mirroring line. So the first thing I want Jo Crexnis to ask is, why in the hell is the mirror line cut off right here where it's cut off? This is the bulge wave right here. We don't see the whole wave. We don't even see the water in front of the ferry. We don't see that. This is the mirroring line. Why is it cut off right here? Could it be because of the horizon? Because the light cannot travel any further beyond the horizon line that's cutting it off because the water is freaking curved? Maybe? Maybe this thing has been known all along. Maybe this is not even discussed anymore because people have been knowing about this for years, because people have been going to sea for centuries and have looked across water for millions of hours. So this is what's actually happening here. This is how a mirage works. So we have an object, points A, B, and C along that object. Usually there's certain light rays that get reflected from the sun at a certain angle, and certain light rays hit our eyes. There's other light rays that are reflected in a different angle and that wouldn't normally hit us. They would just hit the water there. But because there's differences in air temperature and therefore density, the light is bent, and then it's reflected, and then it's reflected into our eye. And our eye and also the camera assumes that light always travels in straight lines, and therefore we see a mirror image. And look here. This is the mirror image where it's cut off. This is the horizon line. This is drawn on a flat surface to get the point across that there is mirroring happening. If we look at an image that actually takes the curvature of the Earth into account, we see something like this. This is also from Wolty-Bislin's curve calculator. And we see the horizon and the portion of the object that should be hidden by the horizon. When we take refraction into account, the image of the object is lifted up to its apparent position. That's not its real position, that's the apparent position. And the hidden portion is still hidden. It doesn't magically appear. It's still hidden by the horizon. It's just lifted up. Not so hard to understand, really. So apart from not understanding this, I have explained this to him in previous videos and also in text form in the comments. But apart from not getting this, he also pulled this. What the fuck does this have to do with anything? This is a reflection off of a small lake. I can see the grass weed at the other edge of the lake. This lake is probably, I don't know, 60, 70 meters long. There's no curvature because the lake is too small. Duh. So of course we see mirroring at the other side of the lake. But of course what he's getting on about, like all flat earthers do, they claim that stuff is getting hidden because it vanishes into the distance and it's getting hidden from the bottom up, which is total bullshit. You can prove this on a table with coins or Lego bricks or whatever you want. This is total BS. Nothing gets hidden from the bottom up via refraction or reflection. That's just BS. Stuff gets hidden when stuff is in front of it, like freaking water. Freaking oxygen. I can't even talk anymore. Oxygen stealers, I wanted to say. Jeez. Okay, so the point that I want to get across here is that any horizon proves the globe. On a flat earth, we should see no horizon at all. And yes, mirrors are complicated. I get that. So that's what brought me to the third point that I tried to get across to him. I made it really simple. I told him, dude, I know reflection is complicated and the wobbly stuff that you see there, it's confusing. So let's make it really simple. Let's talk about basic perspective that even a 1-year-old can understand. Let's talk about a horizon line or a eye level and the vanishing point. And he didn't even understand that. So again, let's make this really, really simple. This is the video that he showed me and tried to explain to me his fucked up version of perspective. I'm using his video to explain perspective to him. So the blue line is eye level. Back there is the vanishing point. Along the blue line is where the objects align when they disappear into the distance. So that's what these red lines show. These red lines show the poles here, and they always end up at the same, let's take it the other way around. The eye level is always at the same portion of each and every pole. When we zoom in here, the eye level line is at the same part of the pole here and the same part of the pole back there. And even at the pole way the fuck over there. Along that line, when we're on a flat surface, everything should be parallel. Or must be parallel if we are on a flat surface. So, I showed this to him. And again, I show it to him again. This is the same thing that we did right here. Eye level. This is eye level. I'm at the same height as this windmill right here. So, if we were on a flat earth, all the objects that are in view should align, or that are at the same height from the floor, or from the bottom, or from the sea level, or whatever the fuck. All objects should align with this horizon line. Even that mountain back there must align with the horizon line when we are on a flat plane. So I measured this. I went to Google Earth and measured the shit out of this image, and I took every point that I'm referencing here. I measured the height of that mountain, I measured how far away it is, I measured the height of that windmill and measured how far away it was, and I measured how high up my camera was. And lo and behold, this mountain is 2,500 meters high. This windmill and I, or my camera, are 1,050 meters high. So, according to the simplest law of perspective, the part of that mountain that is 1,005 meters high should be at that horizon line, but it is not. And you cannot explain this away. You cannot chicken shit your way out of this. You cannot talk to me about color change or whatever the fuck else you're thinking of. Explain to me how this works on a flat earth using fucking perspective. Nothing else. Explain it to me with perspective, please. Okay. So, I've talked about the wall. I did the math. I showed to him that this works on a globe. I talked to him about the close horizon. I did the math. I showed to him that this works on a globe. And I did perspective for 1-year-olds and showed to him that it can only work on a globe the way we see it when we see it. So, please, pretty please with sugar on top, tackle any of these 3 points. Answer me any of the 3 questions that I just asked you, or rebut any of the points that I just made. But do not come up with any other stuff that you want to drag me into. I'm not gonna follow you down your shithole. This is over. If you're not addressing any of those 3 points, and if you're going on another tangent and want me to look at this video or look at that image or whatever the fuck, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. If you're not addressing any of those 3 points, I call you an idiot and a liar, and that's that. Okay. So, sorry about that. I really had to get this out of my system. And yeah, if you sorry about the harsh tone here, but again, this really aggravated me. If this helped you in any way dealing with discussions that you might have with flat earthers, please like and subscribe. If you have any answers, if you want any answers, have any questions, have any issues, feel free to comment. And as always, take care.